Your credibility is about nothing with this court, ma'am. Ma'am, when I hear a bunch of run-on sentences with a whole bunch of excuses.
So what, my mom pressed charges on me? I can't even talk to my own mother?
Nope, sure.
And right away, we're stepping into a courtroom where patience is already thin. When a judge opens by questioning credibility, that's not just frustration, it's a warning. In court, how you explain yourself matters almost as much as what you're accused of. And right now, the tone is crystal clear. Excuses won't carry the day.
State of Michigan versus Crystal Zamorsky, 251614. All right, thank you. And you may proceed on the warrant.
Your Honor, on November 15th, 2025, Officer Carpo was reported that she was dispatched to 1110 Sycamore Street regarding a larceny complaint. Officer Carpo reported that she arrived at the address and spoke with the victim, identified as a Dana Jakubiak. Officer Carpo reported that the victim stated that on 1113, she noticed the gate located in the west side of her home to be unlocked and open, which was unusual. Officer Carpo reported that she checked her home security video and discovered that on 1113, about 12:30 p.m., an unknown white female, later identified as the defendant, Crystal Zamorsky, is seen unlocking the gate and entering the yard and subsequently stealing items from a parked, unlocked travel trailer, which was located in the backyard. Officer Carpo reported that the victim showed her several home security videos where she observed and immediately identified the white female as the defendant from several prior police contacts. Officer Carpo reported the defendant is seen arriving at 1110 Sycamore with no shoes on and what appears to be a shorts or no pants. And a short time later is seen leaving via the same gate, wearing black boots and carrying a black bag, which was identified belonging to the victim. Officer Carpo reported she reviewed additional home video from the address, which showed the defendant running in front of the home, wearing the black boots and carrying the bag. Officer Carpo reported that the victim had checked the backyard and camper area and discovered items stolen from the camper and damage to the garage. And, the items stolen include a pair of black hunter boots, a Nintendo gaming console, Amazon Fire Stick, and this gate locking mechanism. Officer Carpo reported that she checked the defendant's status in Lean SOS and discovered that she had an outstanding warrant on the 27th District Court for a weapons offense. Officer Carpo and Kyle Cox arrived at the defendant's address located at 974 Eureka Road and made contact with her, where she is subsequently arrested on the local warrant and on the larceny. I spoke with the victim in the case the next day, and the reported items stolen appeared to be over $1,000, but less than less than $20,000, and the damaged property appears to be over $1,000 and less than $20,000. And Your Honor, may I note that the defendant is also a second offense notice, which indicates that on October 10th, 2019, she was convicted of a felonious assault in the Third Circuit Court in Wayne County.
All right, thank you. Upon examination of the complaining witness, I find the offense charge were committed and that there's probable cause to believe the defendant committed those.
This moment is critical. The judge isn't deciding guilt here, only whether there's probable cause. That's a low legal threshold, but it's powerful. It means the court believes there's enough evidence for this case to move forward. And once that door opens, everything changes for the defendant.
Those offenses. Counsel, your appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Schenk, appearing on behalf of my clients. Time to consent to the matter being heard via Zoom.
Thank you. Ms. Zamorsky, your name for the record, please.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's good.
Crystal Zamorsky.
Okay. And counsel, you're on the felony matter as well as on the assault and battery matter from November 13th. As to the arraignment on those matters, what are you requesting?
We waive formal reading. My client stands mute.
All right, the court will waive the formal reading. As to 251612, the court will enter plea of not guilty, schedule this matter for pretrial on November 25th,
1:45.
1:45 p.m. And ma'am, you do have, as to the felony, you do have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you may have one appointed to represent you. In fact, you've had the opportunity to speak to an attorney today, correct?
Yes.
All right, the court's also signed the petition order for appointing an attorney for felony matters as well. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury. You also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing may be used against you in court. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
All right, the court's entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf on the felony matter, scheduling this matter for probable cause conference November 25th at 1:45. And as to bond counsel,
Notice how the court carefully explains constitutional rights. Right to counsel, right to remain silent, presumption of innocence. This isn't just procedure, it's protection. But here's the tension. Those rights only help if the defendant understands when to use them and when to stop talking.
Your Honor, my client was gainfully employed. This arrest might jeopardize that. But that being said, she indicates she will come to any and all future court dates. She will comply with all provisions. I know financially she would have a difficult time coming up with a monetary amount, so we would ask consideration for any leniency this court could consider when determining an appropriate bond. Thank you, Your Honor.
okay, so ma'am, you're currently on probation, right? Out of the Third Circuit Court because you failed to complete probation. There's a warrant for your arrest. Is that the issue?
What is that? I'm not on probation at no Third Circuit Court.
No?
No, ma'am.
Are you on probation in this court?
No, I did drug testing for you and I passed every drug test that you asked me to do. And on my jail review, I talked to the probation lady. I was currently in the hospital and I emailed you guys the paperwork. I called and I didn't get no return phone call regarding that. And I still have the paperwork. If you need that, I can get that.
What's the, okay, hold on. Detective, what's the warrant that is pending for Ms. Zamorsky?
Your Honor, that is out of our 27th District Court. It looks like a weapons offense.
For jail review. And I was in hospital that day.
Okay, hold on, ma'am, hold on. Can you pull that one out, please? That must be the one from April. No, ma'am, you emailed October 24th and you didn't submit any paperwork. And as far as the email goes that you're addressing, and so then you were notified you needed to either post bond, and if you post a bond, we'd recall the warrant, or you could walk in. You didn't do that.
I did email. I don't know if it didn't go through or not, but I guess I did do that.
You're not listening to what I said. You're not listening to what I said. Yes, you emailed October 23rd. And then I reviewed the email. You didn't attach any proof of being in the hospital. In fact, all you said on here was that you were sick. In fact, I'll read the email, ma'am. Yes, my name is Crystal Zamorsky. I had court the 20th. I have been very sick. I have told Marcy. She demanded the paperwork next day and told me, I don't know, or IDK, if you can reschedule my court date. I have to ask, she said, and that's wrong by law. You have to. I'm still very sick. And also some very, very serious things happened taking care of regarding my job with 2 or more employees that did identity fraud and had taken all my money. It's in the process of being handled. Also, the court needs to know my mother, Chris, calling police saying I hit her. That's a false report, but I had the police called that day to tell them everything going on. And I have got justice from not one officer. I'm tired of everyone lying and calling in on me with the most ridiculous things. Even I do biting, but sit at home until my mother kicked me out. Now I'm homeless. I want to know why I get cops coming to my house every single time a person calls or makes a lie up any type of thing about me, period. They're at my door ready to put me in cough, period. Just like when I was, the rest of my mom lied and said I hit her. That's the other sentence, period. I was sleeping when I was arrested, period. There's no proof, nothing, period. I don't understand how that's fair, period. I'm being harassed by police and I want to have it stop, period. This is ridiculous and I'm tired of it. I'm to the point where I don't even want to be here anymore. I'm tired of everyone family, the city accusing and treating me terrible. It's not fair. I want to have a call from the main person. Is I'm able yell, speak to the judge personally. That'd be great. Can you guys please get a hold of me? Because last time I got there, nothing was ever mailed to me and no one ever returned my phone call. Please and thank you. Period. Have a good day. That is the email that you sent in October 23rd. The response to that, ma'am, was that you either needed to post a bond, and if you did post a bond, then we would recall the warrant, or you could walk in.
I apologize, I didn't get it.
Ma'am,
Check my email.
stop. You sent an email, you should check your email. And you didn't do that. So don't try telling the court now that you were trying to come into court. So, because you just said that you were in the hospital. Didn't you say you were in the hospital? That's why you missed court?
Yes, I was.
Okay, not anywhere in this email does it say you're in the hospital. Your credibility is about nothing with this court, ma'am. Just leave that right there. Okay. And so, counsel, as to bond.
That statement lands hard. And legally, it matters. Credibility influences everything. Bond decisions, future hearings, even how explanations are received. When a judge openly questions credibility, it signals that emotional appeals are losing ground to documented facts.
Your Honor, just any leniency this court consider. I believe that my client obviously realizes that there are consequences. She's not appearing in court. She's experiencing them. So we just ask for anything which would potentially allow her to get out of custody, or at least a 10% cash surety provision.
I do have a job that I'm supposed to be checking up on that. It's at a dental office. I can't check it then at home at my phone. You know, I lost a lot. My car got totaled September, a day before my birthday, and my whole bank account got frauded. I'm trying. It's just, I don't know, ma'am.
Ma'am, what I hear is a bunch of run-on sentences with a whole bunch of excuses that you think that are just coming into your head at the particular moment. That's what it sounds like to this court. You want to try to throw everything in to see if any of those excuses sticks. Where do you live, ma'am?
974 Eureka. Wyandotte.
Who lives there with you?
Just me and my mom.
Right. Well, your mom's the victim in the matter from just last week. So you won't be returning there. I can tell you that. So where else are you going to live then, ma'am?
I don't know.
What's that?
I don't know.
And who's the victim on the matter that you're currently on probation for?
What victim are you talking about, ma'am?
The assault case in Wyandotte.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
The jail,
I don't
the
know.
jail review. Let me clarify. The jail review.
What assault you're talking about?
For the jail review case.
What does that mean?
The assault that I'm talking about, ma'am, it shows on November 13th.
Yeah.
You have a charge of assault and battery.
How am I charged with assault and battery when I was never arrested for it? I wasn't even home.
Well, ma'am, let me just say this. The police report indicates they were dispatched to the home in regards to a domestic assault. You left the location prior to the officers getting there. And so then they issued you a citation, ma'am. Or I'm sorry, they not issue a citation. A warrant was signed for that.
Against who? My mother who was stage 4 lung cancer, dying? Why would I hit my mother? And I was not even home. How is that even illegal? How is that legal? I wasn't even home and I got issued an assault charge because me and my mother got in a fight and I left because I didn't want to argue with
I
her.
wouldn't, don't talk about the specifics of the case, miss.
Where is it that you say that you're working? A dental office?
I have a dental office interview coming up this week, but I was working at Packray and I had 2 individuals bank fraud my account, and I followed up with e-course police, and it's still going with that ongoing investigation. At Packard, I was working. They drained my whole bank account, my bank
Okay,
account.
so you don't have a job that you're working, you have an interview.
I was working last month, but I have an interview coming up this week. At a
With the dental
office.
office. Okay,
That's me.
okay. And so are you out on bond in any other jurisdiction?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever failed to appear in court for any reason
No, ma'am.
other than the jail review here?
No.
And
I promise you, ma'am, I'm trying to get my life together. Just my family has been really.
I cannot understand what you're saying, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm really trying to get my life together. My family and us been really under a lot since my dad committed suicide. I know what I've done. And I'm just asking if you're willing for me to get this opportunity to get this job and let me get my life back on track. I will not come to court.
Excuse me, who was the victim in the matter out of Livonia?
Livonia.
Yes, the stalking. Who was the victim in that matter?
That was my ex-girlfriend, and that wasn't even true.
Okay. Who was the victim? Who was the victim on the matter from Wyandotte that ended up being over at Third Circuit Court? Assault with a dangerous weapon you pled no contest to.
It was my brother. My brother lied against me in the police report. That's when my dad committed suicide.
And then who, the prior domestic violence you have, ma'am, who's the victim in that matter? From 2018. Who was the victim that time? Was it your mom?
No,
Who was it?
I'm not sure. I don't even remember recalling that.
Okay, given all the pending, the matters on your criminal history, the assaultive nature of your criminal history, the assaultive nature of 251612, and the matters that are pending currently on the 251614 matter with Ms. Jakubiak, the court has some serious concerns. Detective, would you like to address bond?
Your Honor, I do have some,
This is where the case pivots. Bond isn't about punishment. It's about risk. The court is weighing community safety, past behavior, and likelihood of appearing in court. At this point, personal hardship takes a backseat to public protection in the judge's analysis.
concerns about the proximity of the defendant's address and where the incident happened, the victim's address. So I would recommend a GPS tether. And obviously no contact with any victims or potential victims or witnesses in that case, in the felony case today. And I would also recommend a $25,000 10% cash bond, Your Honor.
All right, the court's going to note on 251612 for the reasons this court stated on the record, as well as the concern this court has for Ms. Zamorsky appearing in court and for the safety of the community. The court's going to order a $10,000 10% bond on 251612. On 251614, the court's ordering a $50,000 10% bond with the following bond conditions. You're not to have any contact with Dana Jakubiak or Gloria Zamorsky. That's phone contact, text message, email, social media, third party, anything of the like. You're not to return to the premises at 974 Eureka nor 1110 Sycamore. You may return to Eureka, the Eureka Road address, one time accompanied by a police officer to pick up your personal belongings. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. You're not to possess or have access to any firearms or weapons. And you are not to be released without GPS tether through the Wayne County Jail. I'm sorry.
So what, my mom pressed charges on me? I can't even talk to my own mother?
Nope, sure cannot.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You cannot.
This is one of the hardest realities for defendants to accept. A no-contact order isn't about blame. It's about preventing escalation. Even family ties don't override court orders. And once this line is crossed, consequences become immediate and severe.
Talk to your mom directly through a third party or otherwise. Not through writing, not through text message, nothing. No contact.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. And just for the record, on the 25443, the court's recalling the warrant and will set this to your review also for November 25th.